Hello, good morning. This is JMG Squad, and we are here to present our project. We developed an app called Attendance Checker, and basically, we normally go to events without invitation and those things. So this app will check and count the number of people who have been invited or who want to attend a program. Let's say in this lab we are supposed to be 30 and maybe some people want to join. So after we have entered, we have to click on a button so that it will register us and count the number of people in the class. So when the class is full, we have to lock the door so that nobody else would enter. This is what this app is about.
Okay, so I'm Bright, and I'll demonstrate the processes it took for us to develop this app. Okay, so we needed to develop the app to be able to count the number of people that will be registered. That's starting from the first person going. So we wrote a Python program that counts in numbers, starting from 0 downwards. And here is the code for the programs. Then we had to integrate the Python program with the button and the GPIO stuff. So we had the idea of using MQTT. That's an app that reads and sends information. So we integrated the button and the stars with the MQTT. And this is how it did it. We imported our attendance app that counts the numbers. Then we integrated it with the MQTT read. It sends information to a channel you've selected. And in this case, we are using GlobalCode SAM. So this button, when we click it, will publish the information to our channel that we've subscribed to. Then here is the read app that reads the message you sent. Then we have to integrate that with our web page. So we made our web page read the information we are sending from the button with this code, that if we should click the button, it should be displayed on our web page.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so a big thank you to GlobalCode for giving us this opportunity to display what we can do and for helping us achieve some dreams, because some of us were not that into IT and we don't have a little idea about what we were doing. But with time and with patience and with good lectures, we've been able to pick up with some of our friends also. So our project is something little we call the home automation system. Okay, with the home automation system, we have lights and we have fans. We also have sensors. Okay, and we use the platform called the Node.js, a graphic user interface which is on the Pi. Okay, we also had APIs on board, like the IFTTT web broker, which was not of use, but we used a push bullet API. That's in case a motion detected, a message sends to your email, or you get an update on your Android app. Okay, so I'll leave that to my group members to discuss.
Okay, so to begin with, I worked on Alexa, which is an AI. We are going to use Alexa to control the bulb and the fan with a voice command. and we linked Alexa to Node-RED. So actually, he worked on the Node-RED and the coding and everything. It wasn't easy. I started working on the Alexa since Saturday, and it was a struggle. For about 4 days, it wasn't working. I installed it and it gives me error, and I was just trying. Eventually, we got it to work.
Eventually.
So,
Eventually.
So I'll talk about the Node-RED. The Node-RED is somehow, it gives you a GUI web interface, which you can even, not even only this device that we've set up here, you can even automate your fans, everything at home, even your microwave and stuff. So it gives you a web interface which you can even control it without the Alexa. You can control it with your phone. All you have to do is just connect it to just one access point of a network, and all you need is the IP address and the port number of the Node-RED. Then you are good to go. So that's all.
Okay, and then
there is one thing to add. With the sensor, there is one thing that maybe you're not at home and you enter into your room. When the sensor reads you, it will just turn on the lights for you. Yeah, and it activates Alexa to welcome you, which the sensor senses your presence, and Alexa is activated, and maybe it tells you welcome home, and the light turns on and everything.
okay.
So it's really cool.
Okay, and one more thing. And working as a group hasn't been easy because you have to work different ideas and then bring all together and be on board, because sometimes there were little challenges with cooperating with our teams, and it feels like some of us were not bringing our ideas on board, but with time and then patience, everything went well. Thank you. Okay, and then we can't do this without some of our mates also. We had help from most of our mates. We have an electrical guy up there, and we have Justice here, and everyone. Okay, we thank you all for your cooperation. Thank you.
We are going to show the
Demonstration.
We have this sensor here, which is called the infrared sensor. So whenever an intruder enters into your let's say your vicinity, it sends you an alert message on your phone, and also it blinks the lights with the buzzer. So that then I get the message on my phone that there is an intruder.
What's the data?
It's a network.
Network. Hotspot.
So with the infrared sensors, it senses the body temperature. That's how it works. So whenever someone enters, then it sends you the message. That's how the infrared.
Can you disable it? Yeah.
No.
Okay. So finally, Alexa decided to work. Good morning, Alexa.
Good morning, and happy birthday to Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger, born on this date in 1943. This year I hope he finally gets what he wants, and not just what he needs.
Alexa, turn on the lights.
Lights are on.
Alexa, turn on
I
switch.
can't find any music in your library.
Alexa, turn off lights.
And lights are off.
Okay, so the first
Oh.
Alexa, turn on switch.
One is working.
So both the two can work at the same time. So Alexa, turn on lights.
2 minutes, they don't have power down.
Okay.
So maybe you are not at home and you wouldn't be able to make it on time, and your outside light is off. So you want to turn it on. You can log in to this page and control your outside light with this. So when you click on the light, then it goes off and on. So you can control them with both interfaces.
Okay, and this dashboard is from Node-RED. So once you program with Node-RED, you get this dashboard, which you can put online, but it's not safe to put online. So you can host in a local network. So when you're close to home, you can control your lights, like a few meters away from home.
Thank you.
Good morning. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Okay, my name is Priscilla Bonsu, and this is my teammates.
And I'm Michael Essien.
Okay.
And we have our brother there. He's working on something there.
Okay. The name of...
What's his name? What's the last person?
Samuel Sasu. Okay. The name of our team is the Geeks, and our project name is Atmosphere. And what our app here is doing, it's going to read the temperature of a particular area and also the humidity of a particular area at a particular given time. Yeah, that's what it does. So I'll leave it for Kwame to.
Okay, we had a GPIO. We had a GPIO set up at the back there, which had humidity sensor connected to a breadboard, which is able to read the humidity and the temperature of a particular place. And we also had our web interface, which connects with the GPIO interface, and connecting between these two a very, very hard project for us, meaning that we had to create endpoints from the GPIO section to our web interface. And with the help of Sweater and Clara, we were able to rectify these problems.
And Antoinette.
And also Antoinette. And so, yeah, this is the web interface, and you can click it and check for the humidity also.
Click humidity.
Yeah. So the humidity reads 51.0 and the temperature also reads 24.0 degrees Celsius. Actually, we didn't add it.
So with this setup, if there is an improvement, it can be used in different places. Let's say in the poultry farm, hospitals, in our rooms, in our bathhouses, if it's improved. So you can check with your humidity sensor and the server at a point. You can check from anywhere your humidity and temperature. Yeah. So that was what we worked on.
Yeah. Thank you.
So what about setup?
So we have the setup. We have the GPIO, the humidity sensor. It's reading both humidity and temperature. So with this code and linking it with the other app, we are able to read both the humidity and the temperature from this sensor. And the codes are creating the endpoints and everything. It's here. So we're able to read both humidity and temperature. Thank you.
Please. My name is Enoch. This is Dinah and James. Together we are Pi-JED. So we are here to talk about the project that we did throughout the week, and we didn't do things outside, but we did whatever we learned here, we applied it on the project that we did. So we are here to introduce, and the project name is IoT Control Web App, where you can control the web, the web on your phone, the web on the Raspberry. That's been connected to the LED. So we are here to introduce to it, and my brother here James will continue from here.
So before I start, I want to open the slide. So what our project is about is a simple IoT. And what we did is, what this app will do is, you can basically control your home appliances somewhere, even when you are not on the same network. So I might be somewhere in Kumasi, and I'm living in KhoPhi, and I realized that I didn't off my light. I don't need to be on the same network. I just have to know the URL to the particular where I can get an interface to control my own network. So I just go there and switch off my lights. I just realized my fan is on. I just go there and switch off my fan. So although you can't see a fan here, but basically that's the idea you can implement on that. So Pi-JED is a simple web app that controls IoT network. I'm going to make a simple demonstration for you guys to see. So let's continue. You could see that I've written ngrok HTTP 5000. This was not what we were taught. We were asked to deploy, but we had a lot of issues, which my sister will talk about it later. So we use this thing. It's a reverse proxy. It's a reverse proxy server that shares the resources on our local machine to the internet. I know a lot of people will say, since it's on the internet, it's not safe. One thing that makes this proxy server, this reverse proxy server, very good is because it doesn't give you a constant URL. So if somebody is supposed to pen test on that, he has to get a new URL to work on that. So that's the ngrok. And the reason why you see 5000, ngrok by default runs on port 80, whilst Flask, we are using the web server Flask for the Python web server. So Flask runs on port 5000. But in order for us to get the resources of Flask, ngrok have to listen on the same port as Flask. So that's why we did 5000. So anytime ngrok generates a URL and you get to that URL, instead of displaying ngrok's homepage, it's listening on the port number of Flask. So it shares the interface of Flask for you to see. So I have my ngrok server running, and let me close it again. So this is how we started, and also the Flask server running. So if I get to this is the URL ngrok has given to my local host, meaning anywhere I am, if I know this URL, I can access it. So even on my phone, I can even control this. We might not be on the same network. I will control it. And we also have something with the database. I didn't add it to the slide. We also added a database. You can see that on the web page, we have login. Sorry, let me go back to it. So on the database, on the web, we have login. We have a login form. This is what the login form does. It accepts input strings like user inputs or credentials. Now we realize that since this is a home appliances, somebody is controlling, you are going to control your home appliances. You don't need to just log on and start controlling it. What if somebody intercepts your URL and get to it? Then you just have the interface staring at the person just like that. So you need to first input your credentials. If it is wrong, it's not going to accept it. So I'm going to try a wrong credential and let's see what will happen. So it says, okay, first we added a class called the input requirement, which will first tell you the number of, you can define the number of strings you want your password to have. And we know that strong passwords start from 8, so let's let me do 1, 2, 5, 7, and let's try and run it and see if it works. Okay, invalid password. So probably you can't go on it. So let me use the right credentials and let's see. It is test, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And you have the page. Now you could see we have a status. We have the status here. What we did was, when you click on this, it should show. We wanted to add some kind of IFTT styles, but I realized that we can do all this thing on just a single page. Just go on the page and you know if your light is on. So if I click on, my light is on and it shows that LED 1 is on. So you can just look at this and you see the color, you can see that it is on. Let's see if we can give a sound, like a buzzer. And let's look at the top. So it shows that my buzzer is on. I can off my buzzer too. So this is simple home automation. And I was saying something about the database. Okay, first let me off my buzzer. Sorry. Okay, let me off the light to save electricity. Can we continue? Yeah. Okay. So with the database, we use SQLite 3 for the database because it comes in handy, especially with this Linux and Debian distros. So we just installed it, and to get into SQLite, you just type SQLite 3. Let me use sudo. And the name of the database you want to create. So we created a database called database.db. When we hit enter and we type, like, we want to display the table, you can see we have user. Now we want to view, I had my password there and I have my username there. We want to view it. To view it, we use the simple, so select all from user. And you can see we have the password. Now we might be asking, where from these hashes? We use the hashing algorithm called WexZec. That's the name, WexZec security. Yeah, it's a helper which comes with flags. Now it's SHA256. It means it changes your password to 80 characters, like 80 different characters long. So if somebody even gets to your server, let's assume there's a server, gets there and try to view the password, you are actually not going to get the password. So you can see the user is what? Test, and my Gmail is test@gmail.com. And this is the hashed password. So these are one of the things we added to it.
Good morning. As we were doing this project, we really faced a lot of challenges. And the main challenge we were facing was deploying the whole thing on Heroku. Since in the Flask, since we are using a Raspberry Pi and this GPIO, we had to import our GPIO in the Flask. And since Heroku don't have that model in their something, we couldn't make our Raspberry Pi talk to the server somewhere that would connect to it. So we had to use this ngrok, which serves as a mediator. So as we are running our Flask locally, we'll be running this ngrok too. So all we have to do is send the port of our Flask, which is 5,000, and this ngrok will send everything to the internet so that everybody can access it. And one challenge that we're facing was with the button. At first, when we started, you see it was on and off. So when you click on the on, though the light turns on, but you don't see anything that shows that the light is on. So we had to make the button one so that when it's on, it will be, you will see that it's on. So that was the challenges that we're facing, and thanks to our coordinators, we were able to solve that problem.
You guys are done.
Good morning, class. I'm Dapama Kuteyao. This.
Thomas Amakubuatin.
Yeah, together we are the Innovators. We made a project. Our first project was to on the lights to control it from the web. Actually, we first started with on the phone, but we stopped that project. Though it was working all right. But we want to control it from the web. You know, sometimes you are watching a telly and you feel that to stand and go and on the switch is a long procedure. You can have your phone by you, just on the lights or off it, wherever you want. And we also worked on a dustbin, so that you can have your controller. When you want to get by it, you can just press on the controller. It's going to open the dustbin. This project was made because sometimes when you are on the roadside and you want to dump some rubbish inside the bin, sometimes when it's too dirty, you feel that nah, it's too dirty. I can't raise it up. So what you do is that nobody's watching. You just place it near the dustbin because think that it's near the dustbin, so they'll come for it. But it's all littering the environment. So we came up with this idea to be able to control it through the controller, and we were successful by using the Raspberry Pi to do it. So he would go through the codes with you, how we came about it, and as it's going through, I'll be explaining a few steps. Okay.
I'll be doing the code review. I'll review the codes, how we went about how the code came about. So this is how first we created a Flask server and we imported these models. Actually, we wanted to use GPI, GRI, your GPIO here, but since we are using GPIO 0, both models cannot work together because they are the same. So we have to use one. So for the dustbin, we created a different server for it. So here, this one is for the LED, the lights. So let me run the server. So here, if you want to on the lights, you need to type something. Okay. Right now I want to on the lights, so I'll select on.
Did you on the Raspberry? The Raspberry. Do on the Raspberry. Go to the Raspberry and check it.
Okay. Sorry, I have to run. Okay, I think it will work right.
You connection I any biom.
Now we need to.
Go and run the Pi again. Return statement.
Do you want to use the old light?
No, it's work.
It works?
It's work. It's work.
So when you want to off the light, just come to off, light off, and you click on it. So now let's do the dustbin. So I have to run the flat server, the dustbin server first before we can work with it.
When you are ready, then tell me. Have you seen it? Have you tried this one? Backspace. Try that one. Python, P. No. P? Yes. I didn't bring the P yet.
Grep. There's supposed to be a
Grep.
Oh, okay, the P too.
The Python of the spelling is wrong.
It's wrong.
The spelling of Python. Now it's working now.
Okay.
So you just go to our website. This is the button for the bin. So when you click on it,
Oh wow. Good.
Yeah, open it.
when you click on it, it will raise and pause for some seconds before it will close by itself. So here, if you want to visit our GitHub page, you just come and click. No internet.
It's no internet. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's not connected.
We understand the issues with the internet.
So thank you.
Good job.
So,
Okay,
someone.
so to talk of the challenges, we face a lot. Even Antoinette and the others, they can testify. We used to worry them a lot. Yeah, we worried them, but by God's grace, we have been able to come up with something. And then we are hoping to, build on what we are
Improve
doing.
upon it.
And then we know, say by the end, we will achieve something better. Thank you.
Okay, now we'll have the.
Good morning.
Hello.
We are JMG Squad. Justice, Michael, and Gilbert. There is a saying that all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. So we were able to develop some game. Everybody was developing, innovating, but we want to bring a game in so that it will make everything hot. interactive, like you can play. It's not always about seriousness. Sometimes you have to show some kind of what playing it so that you can enjoy. So Michael here will demonstrate how the game will be played, and he will explain some of the codes to you. Okay, whilst we are waiting for him, I will try to explain some of the difficulties that we faced during the development. Coming about the game, it was a huge difficult, like bringing some of the codes together for the game to be able to work well. And talking about the web page, it was something else. Like bringing a web page so that you can download the game from it, it wasn't easy. Especially bringing the download button. We came here, we sat the whole day, we were trying to bring how to download the file. When we click on it, it opened another tab. So it was very difficult. So when we close, we have to go home and come back here again. To come and find, it wasn't anything rather than a dot. It was because of a dot, that was why we were not able to download the game. So we came here and left around 10 o'clock. With that, we were able to develop the website to be able to develop, download the games from it. So it seems that this thing is ready, so he will show you how some of the codes and how it is played.
I hope he has already told you what the game is about and the name of the game and the name of the squad. But during our project, it was supervised by some lecturers, and we have to give the acknowledgement to them. Miss Sweta, whom she's not around due to certain things, she had to travel away. And thanks to Miss Clara for being here for us. And last but not least, thanks to Antoinette. They are all part that made this project a whole of fun. And someone will say Street Fighter. Some are doing home automation system. Some are doing website and things. Some are doing other things. So why that this group there? They said they will do game. Game is a whole sort of thing. You know, if you have game, it's like you have everything. Yeah. You work, you go to work, you come, you are stressed out. So you have to get something that to
entertain you.
Entertain you. See that thing? Make you have the feel of it. You see that? I'm not a politician. And the game also inspires. It tells you like everyday activities, everything is possible for you. Even though it's a street game, fighting game, it gives you the confidence for you to move around without fears. And the game design and concept is about, the concept is about two fellow newbies newbies, see that thing. They want to explore fighting to see who is who in the system that they are in, the who that they are in, who is the boss in the system. So then talk about the gameplay, how the game is played. I'll demonstrate it in a few seconds. And truthfully, we didn't do all this game by ourselves. Because we say if you want to be a perfect programmer or a perfect game programmer, you have to look on what others have done for you to build on it. That makes you get a fundamental grounds on whatever that you are doing. So that's what we did. We found certain code. It was very, very nice. The ideas was very, very nice. That was the same idea that we had. So we said, okay, then let's implement this idea that we had. So it will be in. It will be in very shortly. Very shortly. So please take heart. Okay. Yeah. This is the main screen of the game. This is the main screen because we didn't build all this by ourselves. we had help from the internet and other sources. So for sake of them, that we managed to pull this game off. So my friend Gilbert will demonstrate how the game is being done or how the game is being played. And precisely we use a library in Python called Pi-JED. That's the library that made this game a whole lot of fun. So my friend Gilbert will demonstrate how the game is played. You'll see how the game is.
Okay, so since this game is a two-player game, I'll need someone to play with them.
Okay, Antoinette.
I want to.
Miss Kennedy.
Antoinette. Yeah. So you be the second player. These are the controls. Okay. These are left. This up. Left, down, right. Okay. These are punch. So let's see.
So you select the
So you can look on the board.
It's
mechanism.
Then press Y. Yeah.
I'm the second player, right?
Yeah.
You come this way.
No, your controls are here.
No.
But there's nothing. Just
Okay.
select one. So this is the demonstration of.
Don't, if you click on the tab, it will go.
Okay.
You are this guy.
And someone will wonder what are these things also do here. This is so cool, man. This thing here give them their supernatural powers. When it's filled up, they can, supernatural powers. When it's filled, they teleport. They teleport their opponents back and do their thing. Thank you for hosting us.
I've talked about it. So maybe the other group will come and show you how the website is being made.
Then
You display
one person will display
the website. Okay.
Cool. So who's the next group?
They are here.
Okay.
Hey, I did better phone.
Forget this thing.
Hello. Good morning. My name is Daniel, and this is Bright, and lastly this is Joseph. Together we form DBJ team, or the JMG Squad, yeah. And then our brother here, or we. Yeah, because he is us and we are him. You understand? So we all decided that we will create a game, an interactive one, of course, and we named the game The Lost Ninja. Yeah, it's an adventure game which at least you'll be given the privilege to jump some kind of obstacle, which is fire. Yeah, and so my brother Bright will continue with how the game was, coded and all those stuff. You understand? Yeah.
Okay, it will be very short, I promise.
I will demonstrate how the game must be played, and then Joseph will explain some of the codes that are used to code the game. We will explain the codes. So, playing of this game, we have the start button and then the instruction too. But before you play any game, you have to read the instructions before knowing the keys involved in playing of the game. So you first read the instructions. Then these are the instructions, and you see, collect the coins, avoid the fire, find the crown, and take the throne. So these are the keys involved in playing this game.
Okay. And this one, we use Photoshop. to edit them.
Alright, so we have level 1, level 2, level 3. This is how the game is. And once you complete level 1, you go to level 3, level 2, and then you go to level 3. So you get the code.
We use Pi-JED doing this game, and some of the codes are already online.
Is it like just up and down? And
Charlie, come and help us.
just up and down?
Yeah. So, as you all saw, I mean the game is so interactive, and at least you can go online and then download it on our website, official website. You get it, man? Yeah, right. All right. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to you all. The name of our group is NetStack, and my name is Obin Amor, and here are my colleagues.
My name is Letitia.
I'm Stephen KhoPhi.
I am Raphael Mensah.
Thank you. All right. The first time we came together as a team, we thought of coming out with something that would be of fun. So the first project we thought of was to create an app that will use the Raspberry Pi camera to take an image or take a picture of anyone. And after taking the picture, it turns it into Minecraft and then send it into your Gmail or email account. But we did everything except at the end we realized we didn't get the Raspberry Pi camera. So we decided to change and do another project that would be of fun. So we came out with a game which we named it the Bouncer, or the Bounce. That's it, the Bounce. So it was quite very difficult at the beginning because coming out with the codes and the stuff, but with the help of my what do I say? Supervisor, the GlobalCode supervisors, and then the team and other colleagues here, we came out with the codes and we're able to make it all possible. So I think I will invite my colleagues to also come in and explain the codes and the rest.
Good morning. I'm going to explain how the game was built. Now in the bounce game, as you see it, you will see it just like a ball going around, but it's not all about the ball, but we have a lot of functions and classes going on back there. So I'm going to explain there.
Okay.
So we used a framework, a Python framework.
But I didn't stop recording.
Which is called Tkinter. So the first class in root is equals to Tkinter. So the first line will open the windows. That's the game windows. And we have 3 classes, of which each consists of at least 3 methods, and each class has 8 functions. So we have class ball. We have class ball, and this class is responsible for the movements of the ball. And we have also class paddle. So this one takes care for the paddle, the movements. And we have also class brakes. So this consists of the brakes and also the number of the brakes. Okay, so you can play the game.
this is called the bounce game. Okay. You see, so okay, so we had some variables, which when the ball hits the bounce ball, it decreases, right? So as you see, like if your paddle misses the ball, then the game is over. So that's all we've built.
We, those who were creating the games, we were 3 in number, so we took a member from each group to design a website we can host these 3 games.
So after pushing it to gate.
So I want to give a preview of the website. We used Heroku for the server. And for the outline of the web page, we used Bootstrap. So we had to clear some parts we didn't want and tweak the website a little to fit the way we want it to be. So it's
So you can go up there and download the game.
Showing down here. And when you click on each of it, to move to where you want, where the game is, so you can download it. It's down there. So actually this was what we did as team members from each group.
And each game we had Linux and Windows version, so you can take the link and go there and download. But it is paid, so if you don't have money, if you don't have money, you can't play. So it's a paid version. We are about to release a free version. How much? It's only $10.
You don't know what's going on.